In this cave, by the restless sea, we are met to call from out the past stories strange and weird. Phantoms of a world gone by speak again the immortal tale, Jane Eyre.
Dear Diary, March 1st, 1864. I left my aunt's house early this morning and arrived at Thornfield Manor at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The house was dark and gloomy, and the winding path that leads to the house is shadowed by old trees. I like old trees usually, but these trees are gnarled and bent, like gnarled, bent old men. And the limbs which reached out over the path reminded me of long, bony fingers which were reaching out, trying to choke me. My throat was dry and parched, and I experienced a new kind of fear as I walked up the path to the steps of the house. This was my first job of any kind. I've been hired as a governess of 10-year-old Adela Rochester. Adela and her father, Edward Rochester, a widower, live alone at Thornfield with 2 servants. I walked up the stone steps and then nervously pulled the doorbell and waited, my valise in my right hand. The heavy door swung slowly open.
Oh. Are you Jane Eyre?
Why, yes. Yes, I am.
Mr. Rochester told me to expect you. Won't you come in?
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room. I'm Mrs. Campbell, Mr. Rochester's housekeeper.
How do you do, Mrs. Campbell? Glad to meet you.
How are you? Follow me up these stairs.
Of course, Mrs. Campbell.
Mr. Rochester left word with me to see that you were made comfortable. At least as comfortable as anybody can be at Thornfield.
I'm sure I'll manage very nicely.
Will you? That's what you think now, Miss Eyre. But wait. Wait till you've been here a while. We've had many governesses before you, but they never stay. No, never.
Well, why not?
Why not? You'll see. This is your room, right at the head of the stairs. Make yourself at home, my dear. Oh, and one thing. Dinner is served at 6. Never later. Please be prompt.
Dear Diary, September 1st, 1864. This is my 6th month in service. Looking back, I have no regrets. I spent many evenings talking to Edward Rochester. Unforgettably pleasant evenings. Happy evenings listening to the soft, pleasant murmur of his voice. But there's a shadow of some strange, remote misery that seemed to cling to the house. A shadow of something that I can't fathom. I never ask. I don't dare intrude my curiosity, idle curiosity, into a family secret. However, strange events took place this evening when Adela, my student, and I were sitting in the living room alone. There was a warm fire burning in the fireplace, and though it was well past Adela's usual study period, we were reviewing her geography.
I think I remember the English seaboard towns.
Well, just the eastern coast, dear. Now, you start with Teignmouth.
Plymouth, South Shields, Sunderland, West Hartlepool, Scarborough,
Yarmouth?
Yarmouth. I never can remember Yarmouth.
Oh, Adela, shame on you. Now, think of all the people who live in Yarmouth whose feelings would be hurt.
Would they?
Well, they most certainly would.
Just because I forgot her?
Yarmouth.
Yarmouth, Lostock, Ipswich, Harwich, and Margate. How's that, Mr. Eyre?
That's brilliantly executed, young lady.
Thanks.
You're a very apt pupil.
That's just about all I am. Mrs. Campbell says I'm a naughty, wicked, sinful child of the devil.
Adela, when did she say all this to you?
Yesterday. I was on the 3rd floor.
Well, you had no right to be on the 3rd floor. Your father's given strict orders that no one is to go up there.
No one but Mrs. Campbell. I don't see why children will show out at things grown-ups know about. What's in the earth that's so special anyway?
I don't know, Adela.
Daddy knows. Mrs. Campbell told me Daddy knows.
Well, perhaps Mrs. Campbell says many things she doesn't mean.
Do I indeed, Miss Eyre? Do I indeed? I didn't know you'd taken to interpreting my mind as well as the child's mind.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sure I didn't mean any harm, Mrs. Campbell.
I'm sure you didn't. Time to go to bed, Adela. 9 o'clock.
I don't want to go to bed yet.
Now, yes, you do, young lady. You want to go to bed because I do. I'm sleepy. Oh!
I'm sleepy, too.
All right, off we go.
Oh, Miss Eyre.
Yes, Mrs. Campbell.
Mr. Rochester asked me to tell you to drop into the study for a few seconds before you retire. He wants to see you.
What about?
I'm not in the habit of prying into Mr. Rochester's private affairs, Miss Eyre. Come along, Adela. Off to bed.
Good night, Miss Eyre.
Good night, dear. Pleasant dreams. I'll be up shortly and look in on you.
Miss Eyre.
We've been sitting here talking for well over an hour, Mr. Rochester. Just chattering aimlessly.
I don't find you chatter aimless, Jane. You don't mind if I call you Jane.
No, not at all.
I find it stimulating. I've learned a lot about you, too. Born an orphan, brought up by a stupid maiden aunt. You love children.
I never said my aunt was stupid, Mr. Rochester.
Please call me Edward, Jane.
Edward?
No, as a matter of fact, you didn't. But I gathered as much. Let's see what else I found out. Well, you're a particularly nice person, and I love you very much.
Did you say?
Yes, I said I loved you. I love you, Jane.
Edward,
Does that frighten you?
Yes. Yes, it does in a way.
Why?
Well, there's so much about you and the house that I don't understand.
Trust me and try to believe in me.
Edward?
What's bothering you, Jane?
Well, it's Adela. She's so frightened. She's frightened of the mystery in this house.
There's no mystery in this house.
Well, then why is the attic shut off that way?
It saves fuel.
Well, that's nonsense. The attic's heated.
Let's say it saves fuel and let it go at that.
Edward, last night I was awakened in the middle of the night by shuffling footsteps over my head, like the footsteps of a lame animal. I lay in bed trembling for hours until the footsteps subsided.
You had a nightmare, probably, Jane.
That wasn't the first time I heard those footsteps.
Probably Mrs. Campbell rummaging up there. She has insomnia at times.
Mrs. Campbell doesn't walk on all fours, Edward.
Well, probably the wind.
Adela heard it, too.
Let's say it's the wind and forget it, shall we?
Sorry. I shouldn't have started to talk about it, but you asked me to trust you.
And you can?
You make it a little difficult, don't you?
Jane, yes, I guess I do. Where are you going?
To bed early. I'm frightfully tired.
No matter what happens, Jane, believe this one thing. I do love you. I love you more than I ever believed I could love anyone. Good night and sleep well.
Oh, I'm so sleepy. I'm so very sleepy. Oh, I wonder if he meant what he said. Now, why would he say he loved me? What's the secret in this house? What's that? Oh, I wonder if it'll start again. Oh, no, it probably was the wind. My imagination runs wild at night. No, my wind doesn't moan like that. Not even a leaf on the tree outside my window stirs, and how can I even think it's the wind? Oh, Edward. Edward, what are you keeping from me? Oh, there it is again. Just listen to it walking up and down and scratching the floor. Like an animal of some kind, a caged beast. Just listen to it. Oh, what could that mean? It's not the wind, it's not my imagination. I'm awake, and yet No, that's not got to stop. It's got to stop. No!
Miss Eyre!
Yes, Adela, wait, I'll open the door. Adela.
Listen to that. I'm scared.
Of course you are, Adela, child. Of course you are.
Hear it every night. What is it up there, Miss Eyre? What makes that awful sound? What is it?
I don't know, Adela. child. Nothing at all, darling. You see, it's stopped now.
I'm scared. I'm awful scared.
Well, it's all over now, darling. Now come along. I'll take you back to bed.
But you would have after I tell my daddy and he'd make it stop.
Oh, I'll come dear back to bed.
Would he make it stop, Miss Eyre, wouldn't he? I'm so scared. So scared.
Now hop into bed again, darling. And I'll stay right here next to you until you fall asleep.
Never used to be like that. Never.
No? When did this start, Adela?
Just in the last year or so. Of course, I was never allowed in the attic. Never. Shouldn't say never, because I don't remember everything. Never. I'm sleepy.
When you go back to sleep, Adela, you sleep, darling. I'll pull the covers way up over you. Like this. There now. This door. Yes, he must be behind this door. I see Mrs. Campbell coming this way out. Just try this door. Yes. This is it. Quite a long flight of stairs. Oh, there it is again. Well, I'll just walk up these stairs and look around. I'll just walk up and perhaps peek in the keyhole. I shouldn't really allow sakes.
What are you doing here, Jane? What are you doing here?
Edward.
Answer me. What are you doing on these stairs?
Please don't look at me like that. Edward, I just can't stand it any longer. I can't stand it.
Please, Jane. Please, my darling, stop sobbing. Someday I'll explain everything to you. Honestly, I will. Come along to the study now. I'll light a fire in the fireplace and have Mrs. Campbell bring us some hot tea.
You're so thoughtful, Edward. You're so thoughtful.
And be careful walking down the stairs.
Please forgive me
Forgive you? For what?
for what I've done. Being so disloyal.
Any woman would have done exactly what you've done. If only...
If only what?
If only I could tell you everything, Jane.
Why can't you trust me, Edward?
I can't trust anybody.
Mrs. Campbell knows.
Yes, Mrs. Campbell is the only one in the world who knows, Jane. Please, darling, trust me.
Did your first wife know?
No. No, she died without knowing. Oh, darling.
Edward, is this secret the reason why Mrs. Campbell hates me so very much?
She doesn't hate you, not really. She's worried about me, that's all. Here's the study. Come in and sit down. Jane.
Yes, Edward.
Being alone is... Well, it's not good for people, really. When two people are in love, the way we're in love.
Yes, Edward.
Well, if the obstacles which prevent their getting married can be ignored, if they trust each other. I mean, really trust each other.
Edward, what are you trying to say to me?
That I love you, Jane. Can you... Well, could you possibly believe in me enough to be my wife?
Your wife?
Please, darling.
But Edward,
Trust me.
I've been fighting loving you ever since I arrived here, and I'm tired of fighting it. Edward, I'm tired of fighting something that's stronger than I am.
You will, then?
Yes, Edward Rochester. I'll be your wife.
You rang for me, Mr. Rochester.
Yes, Mrs. Campbell, I rang for you. Would you bring me a decanter of wine and 3 glasses?
3 glasses, sir.
Yes, Mrs. Campbell. I thought perhaps you'd be the first to congratulate the bride and bridegroom to be.
Yes. Yes, I'd like to be the first. Congratulations, sir, and a long and happy married life.
Come in.
Good morning, Miss Eyre. Do you mind if I come in for a while?
No, please do. I was just brushing my hair, Miss Campbell.
Do you seriously intend to go through with this marriage, Miss Eyre?
Why, yes, Mrs. Campbell.
Oh, you fool, you idiot.
Really, Mrs. Campbell?
Take my advice and pack your clothes as fast as you can pack them and leave this house.
I don't understand.
Naturally, you don't understand. There are a lot of things you don't understand, Miss Eyre.
I know there are. But I trust Mr. Rochester.
Do you? Do you indeed?
Yes, I do. And I don't like your attitude toward me at all.
You don't? You don't like my attitude, eh? You've no idea what you're getting into. I came into this room with only one idea to warn you. And you, like a silly, sniveling schoolgirl instead of a grown woman, you don't like my attitude.
Mrs. Campbell, if you admit that I'm a grown woman, then perhaps I'm old enough to make up my own mind.
Perhaps you are. Frankly, I don't care what happens to you. A pretty face like yours has no meaning for me, even if it has trapped Edward Rochester.
Trapped him?
Yes, trapped him. But I do care what happens to him. And I warn you right now, I'll do everything within my power to see that your marriage does not go through.
There's nothing that you can do, Mrs. Campbell. Nothing.
Isn't there? Well, a certain Mr. Mason could do a lot. You won't be married for 4 days. And I can do a lot in 4 days.
September 5th, 1864. Tears. My tears splotched the page as I write to you, dear diary. Today was my wedding day. Guests arrived as planned at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The minister waited at a hasty do to altar in the parlor as Edward and I walked hand in hand toward him. Then the wedding ceremony started.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of this company to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted of God, signifying unto us that into this holy estate these two persons present come now to be joined. If any man can show just cause why they may not be lawfully joined together, let him now speak, or else hereafter forever hold his peace.
Wait a minute. I'll speak. I'll speak, although it should be obvious to others in this room that a marriage between Edward Rochester and anybody is completely illegal.
Mason.
Yes, it's me, Edward.
How did you know?
How did I know you were intending to get married? Ask your housekeeper.
Mrs. Campbell?
Yes, Mr. Rochester. I wrote a letter to Mr. Mason and had him come to Thornfield at once.
And so I came, just in time to watch this pretty little farce be enacted.
Edward, what's he talking about?
Yes, what's this all about?
Why don't you tell them, Edward? Tell them the truth.
What is it, Edward?
I can't tell them, but I'll show them. I'll show everybody what you did to me, Mason. Come along, everyone.
Where are you going, Edward?
To the attic, Jane. Come along, all of you. And I'll show you what he's talking about. I'll show you why Mason can speak now and speak fairly. I'll show you what he means. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the famous secret attic of my home. Follow me right here to the left.
Oh, no.
Listen to that, everyone. Listen. Do you know what that is? Wait till I open the door and you can see for yourselves. You'll see a woman running around a room like a caged animal, limping on all fours like a beast, with hair on her face and her arms, hair like a... You'll see, all of you. You'll see. Well, Bertha, how are you today?
I like to dress. I like to see that.
May I introduce my wife to you? This is my wife, Bertha Mason. My wife and his daughter, Mason's daughter. I was forced to marry her when I was a youngster. I never met this woman before I stood in front of the altar with her.
You were given a good dowry at the time.
Oh, yes. Yes, you provided an excellent dowry. And then when I drew my bride's veil off of her face, I saw this face. The face of a congenital idiot. Oh, but there was nothing I could do by the laws of the state and the church. You can't divorce an insane, a hopelessly insane woman.
Edward, what of Adela?
Adela's not my child. She's adopted. I need some interest in life. I needed someone to care for. And I thought Adela would be the answer to my loneliness. Until I met you, Jane. Oh, until I met you.
Edward, my darling, what can I say to you?
That you hate me and I don't blame you.
I don't hate you, Edward. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all.
So, diary, so it was that I discovered the secret of the attic. Secret of the tragedy which clung to Thornfield. The guests left the house hurriedly. I went to my room and packed my clothes. Then I walked slowly downstairs, not saying goodbye to anyone, not even to Adela. I was confused and alone.
foot of the stairs, Mrs. Campbell stopped me.
Miss Eyre, are you leaving?
Yes, Mrs. Campbell. Please say goodbye to everybody for me.
I had to do what I did, Miss Eyre, for his sake and for yours.
Yes, I understand. Please don't say any more.
Yes, Miss Eyre.
Take good care of Mrs. Campbell.
I will, my dear. I will. Very good care of him. Goodbye and good luck.
She said goodbye. For quite a while, I stood outside the door trying to collect myself. Then I started to walk down the road, alone. Suddenly, I turned around and gazed back at Thornfield. The entire house was on fire. I dropped my suitcase and I ran back as quickly as I could. Mrs. Campbell and Adela were standing outside the house. Mrs. Campbell called out to me.
Stand
Yes, Mrs. Campbell.
It's packed up there. Look on the roof. Edward! Edward, darling!
Oh, Mrs. Campbell, we've got to help her. We've got to hold him not to go up and help her. That fool of a woman set fire to the place. Not to me. She's like a child with matches. She's on the roof. We went up to rescue her.
Edward! Edward! Nobody won't let me up. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. I love it. Flames of fire. Flames of fire.
From the edge of the roof.
I like it. Fire. Look at the nice fire I made. Real nice.
Bertha, don't jump, please.
Bertha Mason slipped as she reached the edge of the roof, and then hurtling over the edge into the flames below. As for Edward, somehow he managed to survive the fire and slip to safety. We took him to the hospital for immediate treatment. Now, as I sit by his bedside, writing to dear diary, gazing at the beloved features I know so well, I conclude the diary of Jane Eyre. Wait I must, perhaps for many months, but wait I will, to become the wife of the man I love. September 5th, 1864.
From the time-worn pages of the past, we have brought you the tale, Jane Eyre. Bellkeeper, toll the bell.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
The weird circle. In this cave by the restless sea, we are met to call from out of the past stories, strange and weird. Bellkeeper, toll the bell, so that all may know we are gathered again in the weird circle.
Out of the past, phantoms of a world gone by, speak again the immortal tale. The Murders in the Rue Morgue.
Gentlemen, please, may I have your attention? Very well. I didn't ask you to come to my humble apartment tonight to endeavor to stun you with my superior knowledge of crime and criminals. I've asked you here only to prove to you that the murders in the Rue Morgue present no great insoluble mystery.
Monsieur Dupin, if you think the case is so obvious, tell me, who is the murderer?
He will be here shortly, Monsieur le Prefect of Police.
Here?
Who is it? A murderer here?
Gentlemen, I give you my word as a man of honor that he will be here in my apartment at precisely 10 o'clock this evening.
How can you be so sure?
I have asked him to come. It is exactly 9 o'clock now, gentlemen. And in the hour remaining to us before we meet the murderer, I shall explain to you as simply as I can how I managed to arrive at my conclusion.
Yes, do, Monsieur Dupin. I'm always interested in guesswork.
Guesswork, my dear fellow? This is not guesswork.
No?
Now, gentlemen, let us retrace the case. The story begins, if I'm not mistaken, with Madame L'Espanaye and her daughter Camille on the afternoon of December 16th, 1841.
Well, of course, you're correct so far anyway, Dupin.
I bow, Monsieur le Prefect. Madame L'Espanaye and her daughter Camille entered the Bank of France at precisely 2:45 in the afternoon to transact important business.
Ah, Madame L'Espanaye, I've been waiting for you.
So good of you, Monsieur Le Bon. Have you met my daughter, Camille?
I don't think I've had the pleasure. How do you do, mademoiselle?
How do you do, Monsieur Le Bon?
Are you quite sure, Madame L'Espanaye, that you wish to withdraw all this money at this time?
Quite positive.
But 4,000 francs is a great deal to keep about one's household, madame.
I'm quite aware of the danger involved, Monsieur Le Bon. But if the bank keeps this withdrawal quiet, nobody else need know that I have a sum of money in the house.
Well, things do get about, madame. There's no use inviting unnecessary danger.
The danger is my problem, Monsieur Le Bon. I think we'd better let the matter drop at that.
Have you, any protection against possible thievery at home, madame?
Ah, no, monsieur, but Mama and I have protection enough. We bolt and lock our doors. It's absolutely impossible for anybody to enter the house unless he should break the door down.
But does any male protector live in the house?
My husband died many years ago.
Madame misunderstands me. I'm only asking these questions for your own good. Two unprotected women living alone in a large house can invite trouble.
That is our problem.
If Madame insists.
And I do insist.
Very well, Madame. I have the money here. I myself will see you both home to ensure safe delivery. But let me warn you now. The minute you arrive in your home on the Rue Morgue, the Bank of France resigns all future responsibility.
We understand, Monsieur Le Bon. We understand perfectly.
Interesting thus far.
So, gentlemen, the first step in this little tragedy was completed. Madame L'Espanaye and her daughter insisted on taking the money home from the bank. Monsieur Le Bon drove them in his carriage to their house, the large, bleak house, number 12, Rue Morgue. When they arrived there, Monsieur Le Bon looked about for the gendarme who was in charge of that particular block.
May I help you out, Mademoiselle Camille?
Oh, thank you, Monsieur Le Bon.
Madame?
Thank you. Thank you.
Is that the gendarme on the corner? The gendarme usually on this block?
Not having had any reason to talk to the gendarme, Monsieur Le Bon, I wouldn't know.
Yes, I think it is, monsieur.
Gendarme! Gendarme!
All this fuss over a little money. Really, you'd think we were incapable of taking care of ourselves.
Well, I think Monsieur Le Bon is very thoughtful, Maman.
Gendarme!
Coming, monsieur, coming.
Do you live on the first floor, Madame L'Espanaye?
On the 4th floor, in the back of the house. I own this house, and I've shut up all the other rooms.
You mean this entire house is unoccupied except for...
You called me, monsieur.
Yes, I did. I want you to keep a special watch on this house for the next week or so. Madame L'Espanaye and her daughter will have a considerable amount of money in the house.
I will watch the house like a watchdog.
You would be better off if you did it like a man. Then you'd use your head instead of your feet.
Monsieur.
What is your name, gendarme?
Gendarme Isidore Musée.
Very well. Gendarme Isidore Musée. I leave these ladies in your care.
You needn't worry about a thing, mademoiselle. And madame.
I'm sure we won't. That is, as long as you don't spread the news around the neighborhood that we've got 4,000 francs hidden here in the house.
Who, me, madame? I am the law, and your secret is safe with me.
Come along, Maman. I'm getting hungry. Yes, dear. Thank you so much for all you've done, Monsieur Le Bon.
It is nothing, mademoiselle, nothing at all. Just a courtesy extended by the Bank of France.
I'll keep good watch, be assured of that. I'll keep very good watch.
Gentlemen, let us proceed to the next event. Gendarme Isidore Musée kept a very good watch on number 12 Rue Morgue. At 11 o'clock the evening of the tragedy, he strolled into the shop 2 doors away from number 12 to buy a pouch of tobacco and to chat with his very good friend Pierre Moreau, a tiny man known as the neighborhood gossip.
Good evening, friend Isidore. Good evening.
Evening.
I've been waiting for you. Yes, I've been waiting for you. You usually drop in at 9 o'clock. And I said to myself, as I sat here waiting for you, I said, where's my good friend Isidore?
It's been a busy evening this evening.
That's what I said to myself. If Isidore doesn't drop in to buy his usual box of tobacco, he's busy. There must be big news abroad, but then how could there be big news abroad on this block? That's what I said.
You were wrong, Pierre. Very wrong.
Wrong, eh? There is big news. Thievery?
No.
Murder?
No.
Well, then, I give up.
It's a secret.
Secret? What could be a secret? Somebody got married. That's no secret. Somebody died. That's no secret either. A child is ill, a contagious disease, an epidemic, or Paris will be infected?
No.
Well, I can't guess.
If you promise not to tell a soul...
Oh, not a soul.
Well, Madame L'Espinier...
Yes?
And her daughter Camille have withdrawn 4,000 francs from the bank today and have it hidden in the house somewhere.
No.
And I must stand on guard.
Oh, naturally.
But don't tell a soul.
No, not a soul. On my honor, not a single soul, Isidore. My word of honor. I swear it now.
And so, by midnight, gentlemen, the entire neighborhood in the Rue Morgue was buzzing.
4,000 francs in the L'Espinay household. I hear it was 10,000.
2 women all alone.
Imagine it.
20,000 francs.
I wonder where...
And all that jewelry must be a veritable fortune hidden away.
Do you know that they say she's got money hidden in every corner of the house?
Imagine almost 1 million francs in that house. I always knew there was something strange about those 2 women living all alone in a house like that. And in the rear... 4th floor.
Yes, sitting in the bedroom of the 4th floor rear. But while the neighborhood was busy gossiping and chattering, Mademoiselle Camille and her mother were completely unaware of the commotion they had caused. It was almost 3 a.m. Camille had just finished undressing, and her mother was sitting in front of the mirror, brushing her hair, so that they didn't notice the window opening in back of them.
I'm so tired, Mama. Poor Camille. It's been a very busy day. You know, I thought that Monsieur Le Bon was very nice. He seems fairly affable. Oh, Mama, fairly affable. I thought he was perfectly charming. So concerned over us. No man ever gets that concerned over me. Must have been you, darling. All men see... Mama, look in the mirror. Stay calm, Camille. Don't move. He's got a razor in his hand. Don't move, Camille. Mama, quick. Let's hide. He's coming closer. Where, Camille? Where shall we go? Into the closet, Mama. Quickly, Mama, into the closet. Close the door. Mama, he'll break the door down. He'll break the door down, Mama. Watch out, Camille. He's breaking it down. Help me, Mama. Help me, Camille.
Terrible. How awful. Quite right, gentlemen. Simply ghastly. We fully realize that this is a horrible atrocity, but we must remain factual. While all this was going on the 4th floor of number 12 Rue Morgue, the gendarme Isidore Musée, the little tobacconist Pierre Moreau, Monsieur Le Bon, who, strangely enough, was in the neighborhood at that very moment, and a passerby, a sailor, all four were attracted by the screams of the two women and immediately tried to break into number 12 Rue Morgue.
Now stand back, everybody, while I break the door down. Stand back. This is the gendarme's job.
Break it down, Isidore. Break it down.
Up. Follow me, everybody. Up these stairs to the fourth floor.
Down right behind you, Isidore. Right behind you.
On the next flight. Keep going. Wait a minute. Wait. Listen to that. He's speaking Italian.
No, it's Russian, Isidore.
No, Italian, Pierre.
I think it's Polish.
How would you know Polish, Monsieur Le Bon? Have you ever heard Polish spoken?
No, but... Listen again. I think it's Dutch he's speaking.
Dutch, Polish, Italian, Russian. And none of you know what you're talking about.
He stopped speaking, hasn't he?
Yes, probably escaped. Yes, probably. I wonder. Try the door.
Can you open it, Isidore?
No, it's locked.
I think we're too late. I'm sure of it, sailor. I warned you about the gendarme.
Well, let's break the door down. 1, 2, 3. Look.
What? Oh, the entire room is wrecked. Just exactly as if a maniac had torn up the place. The bed's torn apart.
Yes. I've sailed the 7 seas, but I've never seen a place look like this in my entire life.
Monsieur Le Bon, where are Mademoiselle Camille and her mother?
I don't know. They're not in here. Look.
Where?
There in the fireplace.
Oh.
It's Mademoiselle Camille.
Dead.
Yes. Dead. Poor girl. Here, help me, somebody. Help me lift her up. Look out this window.
Huh?
The old woman is lying in the courtyard below.
The sailor's right. Absolutely right. She's lying in the courtyard below, dead as a dead fish. Oh, probably twice as dead.
Somebody is guilty of this. Somebody. And as a member of the Paris police, I mean to find out who that guilty person is.
Yes, gentlemen. Isidore Musée, gendarme, swore up and down that he would find the murderer. Well, at 4 o'clock that morning, I was awakened from a sound sleep and called to number 12 Rue Morgue to examine the evidence. Monsieur le Gendarme Musée was running around the room destroying the evidence, or at least what little evidence there was, as fast as he unearthed it. The 3 gentlemen who had been there with him were still waiting round out of a combined feeling of horror and curiosity. The sailor, whose name escaped me, was sitting on what was left of a bed, staring blankly around the room. Monsieur Pierre Moreau, the tobacconist, was watching Isidore Musée, the gendarme, play detective. He played it badly. And Monsieur Le Bon was the picture of dejection. I entered the room and gazed about while Isidore supplied me with all the facts in the case, at least from his point of view.
And that is exactly what happened, Monsieur Dupin.
Very interesting, Monsieur Isidore Musée. And now, gentlemen, I wish to ask just a few questions.
No, go ahead.
Now, all of you seem to think you heard the voice of the murderer.
Yes, indeed.
Well, we did definitely.
No doubt about it.
And you, Monsieur Isidore Musée, you are positive that the murderer is an Italian?
Positive, Monsieur Dupin. Absolutely positive. I could tell by his intonation.
Do you speak Italian?
Oh, no. Definitely not.
Have you ever heard Italian spoken?
No, monsieur, never. But I imagine...
Yes? You imagine what?
Oh, I imagine it would sound like that.
I see. And you, Monsieur Le Bon, you said it was Polish?
Definitely Polish, without a doubt.
I judge you have lived in Poland a long time yet?
No, but I heard Polish spoken once.
Once? Yes. That makes you an excellent judge of the Polish language. How about you, Monsieur Pierre Moreau? What language did you say it was?
Russian, I thought, but that's only a guess, since I admit, and I admit it very freely, I'm not a man to hedge. I've never heard a word of Russian in my life.
I thought so. And how about you, sailor?
I thought it was Dutch. I don't speak the Dutch language, but I've heard a considerable amount of Dutch spoken when I was in Holland 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Hmm?
I don't mean to make a suggestion, Monsieur Dupin, but Monsieur Lebon was the only man beside myself who knew about the money being kept in this house.
What are you insinuating, Monsieur Musée?
Insinuating? I'm an officer of the law, and I think it was very peculiar that you should just happen to be in this neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Don't you live in this neighborhood, Monsieur Lebon?
No, but I've good reason to be here.
Oh, so? Suppose you tell us.
Well, I was worried about Mademoiselle Camille. I was rather attracted to the young lady. And, well, I had a feeling that there would be trouble over the money. Well, I was in the corner cafe having some tea until about 10 minutes before the murder occurred.
And then you strolled by the house on your way home, correct?
Quite correct.
My tobacco store is open all night.
All tobacco stores are open all night, Monsieur Pierre Moreau.
I was just walking by. I didn't steal the money.
But naturally. Nobody stole the money. It's in the safe behind this wall.
Huh? Are you positive, Monsieur Dupin?
Perfectly obvious that the money hasn't been touched. These murders were far too cruel to be instigated by man's greedy desire for financial reward. Here, let me open the safe and show you. I happen to know an interesting combination that will open any safe. I should have been a thief. So, there. That ought to open it.
Oh, it did.
Naturally. Now, look. There's the 4,000 francs, safe and snug as a 4,000 franc group of notes should be.
Well, perhaps Monsieur Lebon was interrupted in the midst of his thievery. Perhaps he didn't have time to finish.
Well, nonsense. Monsieur Lebon was with you when you walked up the stairs.
Well, an accomplice, perhaps.
No, Monsieur Isidore Musée. Let me show you something. Look at the fingerprints on this girl's neck. Very strong, heavy prints. And very large, too.
Why, yes. The murderer must have been a giant. His hand must have been twice as large as mine, and I have a large hand as hands go.
Yes. The murderer was a giant. A giant with extraordinary strength. Gentlemen, I think now I have sufficient clues. Look at this window.
It's just a window.
Yes, just a window with a cord on it. A broken piece of cord. Clue number 1. Clue number 2. Look at the dead girl's hand.
Huh? Why? She has some hair clutched in her hand.
Quite correct. And with this cord and this hair, I can find the murderer. Gentlemen, go home. Go home, get a good night's sleep, and I'll hand the murderer over to the prefect of police very soon.
Monsieur Dupin, don't forget to mention that I helped you. I'm due for promotion soon.
That's very extraordinary. I don't care.
And so, messieurs, that is the story. And you have the facts. A piece of cord and some hair. The condition of the room, the strength of the murderer, the passion of the deed, the lack of motivation should all suggest to you the very same thing it suggested to me.
Monsieur Dupin, you are talking in circles.
Circles? So? You mean to say you still don't know who the murderer is?
No, of course I don't know. And frankly, Monsieur Dupin, I don't think you know either.
Oh, really, gentlemen. Really, gentlemen, you amaze me. Here, Monsieur le Prefect. Examine this piece of cord, if you will. What do you make out of it?
A piece of cord, yes. Well, let me see. Well, it's a piece of... Well, nothing except that, it's been torn.
Yes, it's been torn. Now,
yes.
Try to tear it yourself.
Well, well, I couldn't. It's a very, very strong cord.
Ah. Notice anything else?
Yes, now that I look at it, it's got a very unusual knot in it. But what does an unusual knot prove?
You will see what I mean presently. It's the first stroke of 10 o'clock. Any minute now, gentlemen, the murderer will enter this room. May I please ask you to extinguish all the candles in the room, all except one.
Well, why, Monsieur Dupin, we'll all be murdered.
Which would be no great tragedy, but I wouldn't worry if I were you.
Well, as you say, Monsieur Dupin. Extinguish the candles, gentlemen.
Yes. Now we are in semi-darkness. That is fine. Listen, gentlemen. The downstairs door to my pension has opened and closed. The murderer is now downstairs. He is walking up the stairs. Now listen. Yes, listen.
For the love of heaven.
Quiet, quiet. He is coming closer. Gentlemen, are you ready to grab him when he enters?
Yes, Monsieur Dupin.
That is good. Good. He is standing outside my door now, Monsieur le Prefect. Ready, gentlemen?
Yes.
Come in. Grab him.
Let me go! Let me go! Let me go!
So it is you, sailor. Help the sailor to sit down.
It was a trap, huh?
Yeah, but this sailor doesn't look strong enough to commit these murders.
Let me go! Let me go!
Don't
Let me go, I say!
Please don't struggle. You see, sailor, Monsieur le Prefect cannot arrest you for the murder because, although you are responsible for the crimes, you are not guilty.
I'm not guilty. I'm not. I couldn't help it.
Of course you couldn't. Gentlemen, it must be obvious to you now that no man murdered these two women. The only creature able to do it would be a Bornese orangutan.
Orangutan?
I matched these hairs I found in the dead woman's hand, and of course they belong to just such a creature.
An orangutan.
Yes, Monsieur Dupin is right.
But tell me, how is this sailor involved?
I owned the animal. Dupin put an ad in the paper saying my orangutan was captured. Oh, that's why I'm here, to claim it.
But didn't you realize that Monsieur Dupin knew that the murder was an orangutan?
No, I didn't think anyone could solve the murders. But I did know that whoever put the ad in the paper knew that I was the owner of the animal and that he was keeping what he thought was a perfectly innocent animal.
You see, I addressed my ad personally to this sailor. This piece of cord told me a sailor owned it. There was a sailor's knot in the cord, and the knot was peculiar to those tied on Maltese vessels. Therefore, when I put the ad in the paper, I asked the sailor from the Maltese vessel, I checked on the name of the vessel from the sailing data in the paper, to come and get the beast.
Well, naturally, I came to pick him up.
Ah, now I see.
One question I must ask, sailor. How did the orangutan get hold of a razor, and how did he manage to escape?
I had the animal locked in my quarters. I captured him in Malta and brought him to this country to sell to the zoo. They're very smart, you know. For last night, when I entered my room, he was trying to shave with my razor. When I tried to chain him up, he escaped. He ran out into the streets, saw the light in number 12, Rue Morgue, climbed up the lightning rod to the ladies' apartments. Well, you know the rest.
Indeed we do. Well, gentlemen, if you have any other problems you wish settled, call on me. Just call on Monsieur Auguste Dupin. Incidentally, if you'd like to see the orangutan, you'll find it safely locked up in the zoo.
From the time-worn pages of the past, we have brought you the immortal tale, Murders in the Rue Morgue. Bellkeeper, toll the bell.
From the time-worn pages of the past, we have heard another immortal tale in The Weird Circle. Bellkeeper, toll the bell. Be here in this lonely cave by the restless sea once again next time for another immortal tale in The Weird Circle.